Hey guys, it's Mitch here. Welcome back to my channel. Isn't this a beautiful image of fall? My fall blooming Pleiones are coming into bloom right on schedule. These are all Pleione praecox, and this is the first bloom to open from these batches of blooms, and I'm really happy with the overall size and shape and color of the bloom. This one's a little bit water damaged, unfortunately, but that does happen in nature, and this bud next to it looks like it will be fine, and there are lots of little blooms coming up in the pots. So the blooms, when they first start to form, look like these little nubs that you see, and then they slowly elongate and look like this. This one is definitely my most floriferous bulb at the moment. It has 2 flower spikes, and each flower spike has 2 blooms, so that one's pretty happy. And I'm excited to see what these all look like. These are all from different vendors, so I wasn't sure what I was gonna get. This one kind of looks like my Pleione Bartzena, which is another fall blooming Pleione, but these ones are definitely much larger, and the color looks like it's going to be a deeper pinky purple. So I'll post an update as they come into flower. But if you didn't watch the videos, these I received last winter, and I did film a video on how to pot them up. So I did show how to pot them up, and then I also did a video on winter care for these Pleiones and how I took care of them over the winter. So I'll link those videos down below if you feel like checking them out. So about the middle of May, what I did start to do with these, they were pretty well full grown at that point, although I wasn't sure how much more they would grow. And I started moving them outside. So I put them in a nice sheltered, shady spot on my patio while they acclimated to the brighter light and the temperatures, because outside the temperatures were much different than inside. And then after about a month, I moved them to their permanent summer spot, which was a nice east side of my patio. So it got a good 3 to 5 hours of morning sunshine, really bright, strong sunshine throughout the summer. And I would water them about once a week, and I would alternate weeks with water or fertilizer. So 1 week water, 1 week fertilizer. The fertilizers I used were, there's a seaweed extract that you can buy online. So I'd do 1 week of seaweed extract, then 1 week of water, and then the next week I would use either an African violet or orchid fertilizer, like the liquid ones. I think Dr. Schultz makes them. And then again, alternate weeks of water, seaweed extract, and then fertilizer. So obviously I'm happy with the work that I did, because now I'm getting some nice flower buds, and I was really hoping that some of them would bloom this year, so I'm really happy about that. These leaves started kind of dropping off at the end of August. I wasn't sure if maybe I was letting them dry out too much, but I went back and read their cultural information. I realized that these actually bloom in September, and that is normal for them to start losing their leaves at the end of August, beginning of September, and right on schedule I'm starting to get blooms. I'm really enjoying the color change on the leaves as well. So they've gone through various stages of red, yellow, orange, and it adds a really nice, I just think it looks pretty. It looks like fall, and then you get these nice flower buds forming. My other Pleiones, which I left in this spot where they are growing, they still are nice and green, and they're still plumping up all their bulbs. So they're a little bit behind these ones. Now I realize that these ones do mature quicker and drop their leaves sooner and bloom earlier, obviously. So I think these ones, because they have a long growing season, they don't have that wintry rest that the other Pleiones do. They just grow in this like slower cycle. These ones cannot take frost, so I do bring them inside over the winter. I will, once they all stop blooming, bring them inside around the end of October, November, and really let the pots dry out. All the leaves should be gone by then, and I will just put them back in that sunny window where I had them last winter. All that will be left will be these bulbs, and look, there's another bud coming up. And slowly over the winter it will shoot out new growths, and they will slowly grow and mature over the winter months. I don't fertilize anymore after the blooms start forming. I just leave them, let the pots really flush out with water, and yeah, just let them dry out. I will water them once a month over the winter. You can check out my winter care video, actually. That one will really show you what I do over the winter and what they look like. Anyway, that's about it for these. I have some other fall blooming ones too. I have some Pleione Pine Warbler and Pleione Bartzena, and I will film them too as they come into bloom, and I will update a little quick bloom video as these other ones come into bloom as well. Plus I'll post pictures on my Instagram. If you haven't checked out my Instagram, I'll put the link down below as well. Anyway, I think that about covers it for these for now. Hope you liked this video and hope you learned a little something if you're going to be giving these a try. There's not a lot of information out there, I find, so it's kind of like live and learn, but I'm really glad you've done something right when orchid blooms for you. Anyway, thanks very much for watching. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to comment down below, and I'll see you next time.